The words I am are powerful. When you realize that what follows after the words I am, they will always be true. Think about that for a second. That time when you said, I'm tired, what happened? How did you feel afterwards? Maybe not instantly, but a little bit later. You felt tired. You felt a little, your energy was a little lower. Especially when you realized that you were repeating it over and over when you thought, I'm tired. I don't want to do this thing. 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 What happened? You didn't want to do that thing. Because the words that follow I am, they're always true, no matter what you say. Which means that you have the power to change your life just by consciously choosing what words follow those two. Just by choosing a different set of words after I am, you can change your entire life. Because imagine for a second, if you think, I'm happy, what happens? You may not feel it instantly. You may not feel it straight away. But after a while of repeating it, you'll start to feel that you're smiling. You'll start to feel that you're thinking about more positive things. You'll start to realize that I am happy. It almost feels silly by how simple it is. Yet, I think it's very overlooked. At least in my case, I've overlooked it so many times that it's crazy. But it's so powerful. It's so simple, but it has such a huge effect. Because if you say you're happy, you will be. If you say you're feeling good, you will be. And if you say you're grateful, you will be. Maybe not right now, but a little later, and especially if you start repeating that, your brain has no option but to follow. Because what you tell yourself is the initial command. It's like putting coordinates in a GPS. It's like putting in that coffee shop in Google Maps. You know? By saying, I am happy, you've just put a dot on the map. Your brain knows what that feels like. Your brain knows exactly how to get there. And it will if you sustain that thought for long enough, or you repeat it often enough. If you say, I'm happy, your brain takes a step. It moves a little bit further towards that goal that you've set for yourself. By saying, I'm happy, you're moving another step. By keeping on repeating that, you'll start to feel that the difference between where you're at, if you're feeling negative, and I'm happy is up here, it'll start to shrink because you'll start to get closer. Your brain has no option but to move towards the point you put on the map. It's crazy, but try this out because it works. And so it may not feel true in the moment, but you're programming that future version of yourself. It's one of those things that I realized this morning when I was on the treadmill. And I had that thought of just, I am the person who I wanted to be. I am the person who I wanted to be. Back a couple weeks ago, when I started changing the way that I thought, when I started changing the thoughts that I had, by saying I'm grateful, by saying I'm happy, I now am. Like, it's taken a couple of weeks to the point where now I feel grateful most of the time. I feel happy most of the time. And now, even the words, I am who I wanted to be, is true. Isn't that crazy? But that's what I mean, is that those words that follow I am, they're the coordinates, they're the destination in Google Maps. And your brain will like hunt that harder than you've ever felt before when you realize that this is true. So just try changing what you say after I am, no matter if it feels true or not. Just stick with it for a while, and you'll realize that you will get there because your brain is a supercomputer. Like it is Google Maps on drugs. It's Google Maps turned up to like 11. Okay? It'll hunt the things that you say after I am like a missile chasing its target. It's crazy once you realize how powerful this is. So just say something better after I am and see what happens. Thank you for watching, and I'll talk to you in the next video.